All right, welcome back, Truth Seeker. It is Tuesday, August 3rd, 2021. Today, Tom Brady's 44th birthday. We thought the 44s would kill in baseball today, and they absolutely killed. And shout out to all the big winners today. Johnny, who works a 9 to 5, makes $1,000 a week. He made $10,000 tonight and didn't even lay that much money on the table. But again, these things are possible because of Gematria, the language that reveals the script of rig sports. And a lot of big winners tonight. Johnny, one of the biggest. But again, just so you guys can understand how rigged the game is, we're going to talk about what happened in New York today with the Yankees, Andrew Cuomo, and the new vaccine policies that went into effect. You gotta be vaccinated if you want to go in a restaurant in New York or to a gym. Gonna see how all of this comes together so perfectly. But before we do that, let's just talk about a few other sports stories. Carmelo Anthony goes from the Portland Trail Blazers to the Los Angeles Lakers tonight. He'll be teammates with LeBron James. Remember, LeBron was the number 1 pick, and Carmelo was the number 3 pick in the same NBA draft. But again, familiar numbers here. You know, Carmelo from his 37th birthday to the move today to the Lakers, August 3rd, it's 66 days after his birthday, joins the Lakers. Always talking about LeBron and the Lakers in 66. And LeBron still got the dream to become 6-6 in the finals. Might do it with Carmelo as his teammate. But he's got to win 2 more. But 66 days after his 37th birthday, and as we always talk about, Los Angeles is 37. He just came over from Portland, 37. Westbrook was just traded to Los Angeles 37 weeks after his birthday on the nose from the Wizards, another 37 team. And again, Westbrook was just the other day. Played at UCLA. He's from LA. He's back in Los Angeles. And when Westbrook got traded to the Lakers, that was July 29th. That was 154 days before LeBron's upcoming birthday. Remember, King James is 154. When he went to the Lakers, he went on the $154 million deal. But, yeah, that sports story today. Carmelo to the Lakers. Simone Biles. Today it comes out that her aunt died out of nowhere. Today's 8338. You know what those numbers mean, right? But they say that the aunt died 2 days ago, Sunday, August 1st. Check this out. From her birthday, she got the same birthday as Steph Curry. Again, today's the 215th day of the year. Curry gets the $215 million deal, and the Warriors are from Philly, the 215 area code, where, again, his brother Seth Curry's now playing. This comes before the 76th NBA season. You know about the Philly 76ers. But Simone Biles, 140 days after her birthday was August 1st, the day her aunt died. Gymnastics 140, right? That's what she's in, gymnastics. And, her aunt died on August 1st, 81, rituals 81. That's the 213th day of the year. Death is 213, but they saved the news for today, right? The same day that she gets her bronze medal. Bronze medal's got the Gematria 56, number of the year like aunt. She loses her aunt, gets the bronze medal. Who does she lose to? She loses to 2 Asian girls, right? It's a big theme this year in sports. This is how we had the Masters dead on. This is how we just won big with the Open with Morikawa. We thought Morikawa, we circled 3 golfers, 2 with 40-1 odds and 1 with 8-1 odds before the tournament began. We said, these are our golfers. One of these 3 guys looks like they're winning the Open. Ended up being Morikawa with the 40-1 odds. But again, just big theme this year with Asians in sports. Matsuyama Masters, Morikawa the Open. Morikawa, again, won last year the PGA Championship on the anniversary of the bombing of Nagasaki, August 9th. But again, just this year of Asian racism and then Asians doing well in sports as a response. Simone Biles sits out. The American gymnast that wins gold is the Asian woman, Lee, who was an Auburn Tiger, and she won gold on International Tiger Day, July 29th. But today, Biles comes in 3rd place. 2 Asian girls beat her. Then we get the news about her aunt dying. Aunt 56, like bronze medal. But again, it's just so obvious that the ritual is by the numbers. And then they save the news for today, the day of the medal. But also, it's It's 3-8 or 8-3 today. And what do we know about that? You know, the code of letters and numbers, murder by numbers, the movie poster, the E changed to a 3, the B changed to a 8, 38, 83, murder 38, 83, the song Murder by Numbers by the Police put out in 83. Today, a police officer murdered by the Pentagon. Pentagon equals 38. DC's on the 38th parallel north. Rituals, riddles, Sandra Bullock, the star of Murder by Numbers, whose name is 83. You know? So, just same old stuff. But that's why they saved the news for today. Just like Michael Jai White, they saved the news of the death of his 38-year-old son for today in the mainstream. He did Vlad TV this weekend. But the mainstream all published it today on 3/8 about the death of his 38-year-old son. You see? Same stuff we talk about in circles. And the girl who won, 16-year-old girl, what's interesting about this girl winning is she won 53 days before her upcoming birthday. 53 is the 16th prime, and in Gematria, gold equals 16. Gold also equals 38, like today can be written 3/8. She was born on a date with 38 numerology. Guan Chen Chen. She was also born on a date with 58 numerology, and her name's 58 in the most pure special number, as many of you know. But yeah, Simone Biles' aunt, news dead. And again, here's Michael Jai White. Everyone saved the news for today, August 3rd, even though the news really broke on Vlad TV over the weekend. But the mainstream got a report by the code. They got to wait for the 38 death news on 3/8. Supposedly the pandemic took him. Garrett Cole today, out with the coronavirus while the Yankees are on 56 wins. But we weren't worried about the Yankees staying on 56. No, they had the riddle of riddles today. And again, going to put you on some real gold here for the world of rig sports and why they did all this stuff in New York today and how it all comes together. Notice that the Yankees ended up winning their game today, 13-1. A lot of reasons this is interesting. So let's rewind. Let's rewind to break all this down. The Red Sox and Yankees game was canceled, and that was after the Yankees tested positive for coronavirus. So we knew for sure when this game came back. Well, hold on. Notice that Game 7 of the World Series is November 3rd, right? 11-3, 1-1-3. Today the score was 1-13, 1-1-3. This coronavirus test was 111 days from Game 7. New York's the 111. New York is the land of 111 and 39. New York's 111 with the alphabetic order, 39 with the alphabetic order and rules numerology. September 11th is the day leaving 111 days left in the year. And from today, August 3rd to September 11th, is 39 days later. But look at this. 113. Today in New York, you get this big coronavirus-related story, right? Okay, look at this. Remember what day the pandemic was declared? It was declared March 11th. The date can be written 11/3, like 113. Coronavirus pandemic 113. Today, the biggest consequences for New York in the time of the pandemic. If you want to go in a restaurant or to a gym or some other public buildings, you need to be vaccinated. That's a big encroachment on freedom and liberty. I mean, it's ridiculous. But anyway, the big number with vaccines is 57, right? Vaccine is 57. And we always talk about the World Series in 57, right? World Series is 57. Now, do you see how with the alphabetic order, World Series is 147? With the alphabetic order and rules numerology, it's 57. And with the reverse alphabetic order, it's 150. Today, August 3rd, the day the Yankees get their 57th win of the season, on the day that Andrew Cuomo, who's 57, is front and center. But on the day of this 57th win, it's the day leaving 150 days left in the year. And you know how we just said New York is 39? Remember, Aaron Boone, the manager's birthday, is March 9th, 3-9. And from his birthday, March 9th, to this 57th win is 147 days after his birthday. Look at this. Aaron Boone birthday. March 9th, you see? Now look at this. If we plug in March 9th, whoops, let me get March 9th there, to today, August 3rd. You see it's 147 days later, right? For years, I've educated about these patterns, how these numbers come together and these rituals that foreshadow the future, which is how we call future so often, by understanding the code and what they're doing in the scripting of the league. As the announcers blurred out, they couldn't have scripted it any better. Remember, with regards to 113 in sports, the National Basketball Association is 113, right? And remember how it locked down on March 11th. There's only one team in the NBA whose full name equals 113. Utah Jazz 113. The coronavirus pandemic in the league that got the league locked down March 11th, the day the pandemic was declared, again, is blamed on the Utah Jazz, Rudy Gobert. And there's only one other team in the NBA that has a 113 connection. It's Dallas. They happened to score 113 points on that same day, March 11, 2020. I think they played the last game before the whole league lockdown. But 113, they've already used it in sports and with the coronavirus. And now you can see what's shaping up for the World Series. The first World Series where you got to be vaccinated, very likely in the Empire State. Because remember, the Yankees have been in the World Series every 20 years going back to the year 1921. They played the New York Giants that year. It was New York Giants versus New York Yankees, all New York. That was 1921. They're back in the World Series in 41, 61, 81, 2001 against Arizona that year. And now, will they be in the World Series again in 2021? That would be the sixth time the pattern happened, and 21 is the sixth triangular number. And again, this is what they do. They bring news and sports together all the time. So you have Andrew Cuomo today. And realize, before they got the 57th win, they were on 56, right? Coronavirus is 56. In reverse, coronavirus is 70. Just like earlier this year, when the Yankees got coronavirus, the very next game after they canceled that day's game, the next day when they played it, the Red Sox picked up their 56th win versus the shortened roster, coronavirus-infected Yankees, and they improved to 7-0 versus the Yankees for the season. Again, this was free money, this game. Coronavirus 56, 70. Boston becomes 7-0 versus the Yankees and gets the 56th win of the season. And again, you got to know all these numbers because they've all been used ritualistically. The NBA season, when it suspended, was the 142nd day of the season, and then it resumed 142 days later. There's been a whole lot of this with all these numbers. This is why you got to know Gematria, alphabetic order, forwards and backwards with the rules of numerology. But again, this is what it is. News, sports, ritual. And that's why today, on Brady's 44th birthday, again, we thought all these 44s were going to get picked up today. We thought the Mariners would give the Rays their 44th loss, which they did. We thought the Pirates would give the Brewers their 44th loss, which they did. Mariners, Pirates, Bucks, Brady's 44th birthday, Buccaneers, or Pirates. Mariners are at sea like Buccaneers and Pirates. The Seattle Pilots baseball team folded and became the Milwaukee Brewers. The Bucks just won the NBA Finals from Milwaukee like the Brewers the day the Tampa Bay Bucks were at the White House. So today's Brady's 44th birthday, August 3rd. 3 big 44s on the board in the league that made a ton of sense. The other was LA picking up their 44th loss today because Brady's going to be 44 this season. The Super Bowl's February 13th in LA, the 213 area code, which is also the 44th day of the year. And Bueller did lose today, becoming 11-2. Houston equals 112. Super Bowl's 112. McCullers got his 41st career win, Super Bowl 41, and McCullers improved to 9-2. Hello, Astros. Astros 92. He became 8-2 against Seattle in his last start, just like how Seattle won 8-2 on 8-2 yesterday, August 2nd, giving Tampa Bay their 43rd loss so that the 44th could come today on Brady's 44th birthday. And, for how we did league-wide, here's what we saw today. Again, we saw the Yankees World Series riddle. And the thing is, they win 13-1, right? They got their 28th home win. If they won the World Series, they'd win their 28th championship. But 13-1, that's also a number associated with championships. Remember, when you write out championship, it's 131. When you write out Super Bowl, it's 131. When you write out 57, it's 131. They got their 57th win today. Remember, things like World Series are 57, the championship, NBA Finals is 57, etc. But, okay. Yankees looked good today. When we figured out that the Phillies could get their 215th win all time at the Nationals today on the 215th day of the year, knowing that Philly's the 215 area code and Steph Curry signed for $250 million today, we said, okay, Phillies. I just made the stream public from earlier today. At the beginning of the stream, I was like, that game's dangerous, maybe the Nationals, but once I found the 215 thing, shout out to Martin, I just said, that's the riddle. That's the riddle right there. So we were on the Phillies by the end of the stream. Blue Jays looked good because Ryu could get his 70th career win. Again, a lot of times it's just that simple, you guys. Indians 70, perfect team to get your 70th career win against. Tigers could even up the series against Boston this year, 2-2, and that's always a good sign. Boston 22. You see how Boston's 77 and 85? Look at Red Sox, 85, 77. Boston and Red Sox are also both 32 in the same cipher. But remember, LeBron became a part owner of the Boston Red Sox on his 77th day of his age earlier this year. But the Tigers got it done today. The Twins and the Reds was a dangerous game to me. Twins got it done. Mets and Marlins. I did think the Mets had a little bit better riddle in this game today. Wasn't so. But the Mariners and the Rays, man. Rays picking up that 44th loss. Tampa Bay on Brady's 44th birthday. Angels did win today. Jordan Lyles fell to 5-8. And I was apprehensive about that game, but historically I would have took the Angels all day because Angels in 58 and 85 historically, man, those numbers just kill with that team because Los Angeles Angels is 85. Shohei Ohtani equals 58, their star Japanese player. Or is he Korean? Forgive me. Their star Asian player is Mr. 58 on the 58-85 team. But the White Sox looked good today. You had an 86 riddle. 86 is so good with the White Sox at their ballpark because their ballpark's 86. Kansas City Royals got the 86 connection. Pirates, Bucks, Brewers, Milwaukee Bucks, riddles. Somewhere I'm sure Aaron Rodgers fits into all this. But Brewers get the 44th loss on Brady's birthday. Again, just reminding you how synced up the leagues are. Remember when the NBA Bucks won the finals, they got their 62nd win of the season. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 62 and Buccaneers 62. While the Buccaneers are at the White House on the 201st day of the year after Brady's 201 passing yards in the Super Bowl. Braves and Cardinals. Somebody called in at the end of the stream and had a great read on this. Schilt, the Cardinals manager, is on 215 wins, and he stayed on 215 wins today on the 215th day of the year against the Atlanta Braves. So shout out to the caller who had that observation today. Prior to that call, I was leaning the other way in this game. The Braves and the Cardinals always kick my ass. Those teams, man. But when the caller saw this, I was like, ooh, that's pretty good. Atlanta Braves, 215th day of the year. Schilt can stay on 250 wins. So nice work there. That was a good save for the community. I like the Rockies a lot today. Kyle Freeland had a great riddle to win. Kyle Freeland became 35 and 38 today for his record. Rockies is 35. Colorado's 38. Most pure cipher. Plus Colorado's the 38th state. And Chicago also has the 35. He got his 35th career win over Chicago. And Padres, I like the Padres today. Blake Snell got his 47th win. Athletics pitcher got his 38th loss. Today is named after Mars. Mars is on a 47-year rotation. Both teams came in with 47 losses. The other pitcher stayed on 47 wins. And again, he got his 38th career loss against San Diego. So, okay, you guys, Gematria, man. Giants and Diamondbacks was super tough today. Shout out to Johnny, who put it the right way and won 10 Gs tonight, making the right call on this game. It's funny, he felt better about this game than the Yankees game, which doesn't make any sense to me. But he had a nice parlay, and he took Madison Bumgarner, number 40, giving his old team, the Giants, the 40th loss. But the reason this game was tough is because the Diamondbacks could have picked up their 75th loss tonight as well. And check this out. Madison Bumgarner, who started tonight for Arizona, who's the old star for the Giants. You see how his name's 75 in the most pure cipher? Look at San Francisco Giants, 75. And in the most simple cipher, Madison is 75. And if you write out Diamondbacks, it's also 75. So Bumgarner goes from the Giants to the Diamondbacks. He's pitching tonight, and he keeps the Diamondbacks from picking up that 75th loss, which we knew was possible because we saw that Cueto could get his 96th career loss tonight, who's the Giants pitcher. Diamondbacks is 96. And look at Madison Bumgarner. So you can understand why he went from the Giants to the Diamondbacks. Madison Bumgarner's name is 75 and 96, connecting to the Giants and the Diamondbacks. And then he pitches in this perfect ritual tonight, number 40, giving the Giants their 40th loss. And that's why I said, I mean, if you're going to play it tonight, the value's with the Giants, but that's a tough one, man. But shout out to Johnny. Ballsy pick on the underdog that literally netted him $10,000 on two different parlays. He hit for over 7,400 on one and over 2,000 on the other for a net 10,000 for the night. And again, he didn't have to put a lot on the table because these are parlays with some significant dogs. And again, that's the beauty. That's why I don't get the people in this community who say parlays are a waste of money. I mean, if you're wasting your money on parlays and Gematria, you're not doing a good job with this research because you don't have to risk a lot to make a lot to make sure that you're staying ahead of the curve. And again, Astros look good tonight for the 44th thing. We thought all those teams that could pick up the 44L on Brady's birthday were all there. McCullers had the riddle to win. Buehler had the riddle to loss. Because again, most simple cipher. You see how McCullers is 9-2 and Buehler's 11-2? Houston's 112 in the most simple, and Astros is 92 in the most simple. So, and we've been torching baseball like that for a lot of the seasons that I came back. For over a week straight, we've dominated nearly every day, and we would do it every single day. But there are times where the riddles are like this, and only half of them come through for the day. And it wasn't like that 4 years ago. My win percentage was so much higher 4 years ago. And again, I think it's because this knowledge has been put out there. And I think some days they got. I think there's too many people that are making a fortune on too many days. So there's some days where they can't be up to their old tricks. I'm still trying to figure out how it ebbs and flows. But right now, definitely in a flow. And again, the beauty of this is just by having this knowledge, by picking up on the riddles, so often we're able to say, okay, based on what they did, that's got to be what they're telling us for the championship game. That's how we do it year after year. So, and remember, Cuomo, the 56th governor of New York, right on this day, the Yankees come in with 56 wins. They get the 57th. Andrew Cuomo's 57. The big vaccine news, vaccine 57. And, the big distraction today was sexual harassment, right, which is also another 56. And the woman who's most in focus is Charlotte Bennett, whose testimony's from the date of June 5th, a date written 5/6. And, of course, her name's Charlotte in New York, right, because Charlotte's 39 in the most pure cipher, like New York's 39. And then today just happens to be 39 days from September 11th. There's a lot more to the Cuomo thing. I did a video on it earlier today. But, you guys, I mean, this knowledge has truly changed a lot of people's lives and put a lot of people in a much better financial spot. Plus, it's helped them escape the matrix of rigged sports. They're now no longer emotionally invested in these games, which is worth more than money because you're not losing your hair and getting all frustrated over the bullshit losses and the unbelievable finishes. You realize what a scripted joke it is. And just the fact that Garrett Cole was going to start today, you guys. Just the fact that he was going to start and then supposedly he comes down with COVID while they're on 56. Remember last season, the shortened coronavirus season where the Yankees and Nationals played and Fauci threw out the first pitch. Anthony Fauci, 56. Coronavirus, 56. COVID vaccine, 56. And all the rest of it that goes with it. You had the toilet paper shortage back then due to the mind control. That game was in Washington, D.C., the Jesuit city, Washington, D.C., 56, like Society of Jesus. Garrett Cole was signed by the Yankees on his 95th day of his age. He got his 95th career win in his debut with the Yankees where Fauci threw out the first pitch. Fauci equals 95 when you run the alphabetic order in reverse. The Jesuits were created to counter the 95 theses. recognized by Rome on the day, leaving 95 days left in the year. Again, it just couldn't be any more obvious. And by the way, when you write out Society of Jesus in the base ciphers, 191, 187, right? Look at New York Yankees. 191, 187. So, New York Yankees 70, like coronavirus. Like how Boston became 7-0 against them and got their 56th win of the season after the first coronavirus outbreak, right? The Nationals had coronavirus on the 56th date numerology, the same day Lamar Jackson came down with coronavirus, supposedly, which again was 201 days from the Super Bowl. And the Nationals were playing the Phillies, and supposedly there were 12 cases in Philadelphia, 12 Monkeys, the movie, again, about the viral outbreak that changes the world that's set in Philly. So, I don't know what to tell. I mean, the people that think all this is a coincidence, I mean, just special kind of stupid, Steph Curry with the $215 million deal on the 215th day of the year, again, when the Warriors are from Philly, And just like I told you earlier, before I put out that video before the game happened, I said, what do you think is going to happen here with the Phillies on 214 road wins against the Nationals on the 215th day of the year? I mean, guys, pay attention to how rigged the game is. You'll take advantage of it. And again, you can join the club. Big Al tonight made a lot. Big Al has some of the record parlays in this community. A guy that's turned $10 bills into thousands of dollars off parlays. You only had to risk $10 to make thousands of dollars, So, and again, that's why our daily percentages though have gone down over the last years, because there's just more and more people doing that. But still, you can still do it. It's still being done every day. I don't know anybody else who wins more in sports gambling than people who know Gematria. I mean, talk to the other people who won $10,000 today. They put $10,000 down on the table, maybe even more. Johnny, who won $10,000 a day, he didn't risk that much. He can't risk that much. He makes $1,000 a week. I mean, that's a decent salary, but he's not a millionaire. A lot of people in this community just like that. They have a decent salary, but they pad it substantially by being smart with this knowledge. So, and again, that's why I only charge $5 a month. Help people make a lot of money. I only charge $5 a month because I didn't get into this, to make money. I got in this to share knowledge and wake people up, which is the real agenda. But at the end of the day, people got to pay the bills, and this is a way to make paying the bills easier. So, yeah, I think that's enough for now, Truth Seeker. Keep in mind the Yankees are playing Baltimore again while this big ritual is going down on Brady's birthday, just like how Brady was at the White House and the Bucks were winning the championship while the Rays were playing Baltimore. Doing something with Baltimore. The Rays went from 55 wins to 56 the day Brady was at the White House for Super Bowl 55. By the way, they had to tie up tonight's game with Milwaukee and the Pirates at 5-5. And then the Pirates win 8-5, and Brady's 85, and National Football League's 85. And if you watch the stream that I made public, I mean, we even talk about the 8-5 Brady thing in that game before the score outcome. So, let me see. We can take a few late night calls. I don't want to go too long here, but let's see. Shout out to Rich for the t-shirt. Let me open up the line. It'll be the number on the screen. See if we can get any of those people that say Gematria's BS to call in tonight and explain why. Anything on LeBron? Well, I think what I said about LeBron, where he's going with the 6-6, I don't think that's gonna miss. So he can only play basketball for so long, so it's got to happen soon. Did I not open the phone line here? Earlier today, I thought I opened the phone line and somehow people couldn't call in. Usually we got calls right away. Maybe everybody went to bed. Let's see. Try it one more time. Okay, I reset it. See if we get any calls. If not, we can call it a night. Checking in with the chat real quick. If you don't know who Big Al is, you're definitely new here. Big Al, veteran of the community. Chico says that check out Truth Over Fear's channel. That's Leo's channel. He says that he found something in the Washington Nationals logo, how there's a 201 in it. Well, here, let me look. I didn't know that. But that would make sense in Jesuit Town. Let's see. Hold on, we got a call first from Atlanta. 404?
Yeah, man, it's Jay.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm just talking about you. This is your sports channel or your news channel?
This is the sports channel.
Talking about anything though. Yeah, just are you the only person in your family that ain't got the shot?
Well, most people don't have it in my family. I mean, my mom doesn't have it. My dad doesn't have it. The only person who does is my sister.
Man, only one that ain't got that motherfucker. It just, the fact that I told them this shit was gonna happen, like what's happening in New York, and they was like, "No, they can't do that." I'm like, told them this shit was gonna happen, like, and it's only a matter of time before it's everywhere. It just, what does it take for people to realize like that they rights are being trampled on? People not even gonna realize this shit because they just like a lot of people already got that shit. Everybody in my family got that shit. So then when something happens and I can't do some shit, they gonna be looking at me like, why you ain't get it? Like, so I got the right to say no. And that's what it's just. I mean, people should be able to. I mean, people. I don't know how to explain this shit. I don't know how to explain this shit. I just had to get shit on my chest. I don't know how to explain this shit. It's just.
How you feel about your family all getting the shot?
I mean, I'm just. At the same time, I'm not. I kind of am surprised because I did think that there would be a little bit more skepticism, but I thought that like at least my mom and my sister were not gonna go along with it, and it's just everybody, like everybody, they got it. It's like damn, like how y'all can't see what's wrong with this shit? How y'all can't see what an obvious agenda this shit is? I mean. And now they're saying you ain't gonna be able to do shit indoors. And again, it's just the fact that is Bill de Blasio that on the in the mayor of New York saying we need to ensure that they all have the vaccine or they participate in indoor activities to make sure we can live a long and healthy life. And it's like this is the same fat fuck ass bitch that was on fucking TV eating cheeseburgers and milkshakes in French fries. Yeah, I repeat burger milkshake. And then there's a fucking doctor on the side of this nigga, and he looks to the nigga. He's like, I can eat a burger for breakfast, right? And then the doctor says, yeah, you can eat a burger for breakfast. This could be breakfast, okay? Like nigga, but this nigga talking about healthy and shit. It's just that these fucking psychopaths get to get away with this bullshit, and nothing's gonna happen to them because people are too fucking stupid to unaware to wake up. It's like that rant you went on at the beginning of 2020 about why you were so angry. I mean, I know you be talking about how you be getting mad at yourself, or you be like, damn, maybe I shouldn't be acting like this. Damn, maybe I shouldn't be this upset. Nah, man, you right, man. How you was talking in July, it's the same way that I done felt. I done been fucked up. I done been fucked up by this shit. I done felt fucked up by this shit. I was in a bad mental space. Because I'm just like, what the fuck am I living on? What the fuck world am I living on? I was having suicidal thoughts because I'm just like, bro, what the fuck am I? What world am I living in? Like justice, karma, like where is all that shit at? Niggas all want to talk about justice and karma. It ain't no like these motherfuckers get away with everything they doing. They all gonna get away with this shit. Anthony Fauci, Bill Gates. It's like what the fuck? The only thing we can do is just prepare for this shit. But it's harder for us because most people still gonna feed into this shit. That's the only reason why this shit works. Niggas don't realize they on the wrong side of this shit. They on the wrong side of this shit. They on the side of evil.
You're exactly right. I mean, it's tough, especially as a young person like you. I mean, you're going through the same thing I was at your age. And I mean, really, I'm still going through. I've just gotten more used to it. But again, you just got to realize that people like you, I mean, without people like you, things will never change. And it does seem bleak that things are going to change, but the only way it's going to change is because of people like you. So, I mean, that's why you got to realize, your value in, existing. So.
Hope so. It's like I still can't get anybody in my family to get what I'm saying.
Well, maybe not yet, but maybe they'll come around in time. They might wake up in time. I know time's running out, but sometimes it takes time.
I don't know. So. This shit, though. It's like, all right, I'll let some other niggas get in there. Just.
Well, hang in there, man, because, again, the world needs people like you. It is very frustrating, though, and yeah, everything you're saying, I mean, I don't know what else to say, because, yeah, I mean, we're all living the same thing. It's like, how can't people see this? It is so obvious, but don't let people get you down, because it's not your fault.
Don't feel like you was going too hard on niggas, like, when the truth does not exist was sharing that clip of you in the UFC, you was talking about UFC 257, that video when you went on the long rant and you were showing everything about coronavirus and you was talking about 9/11. I mean, that's like everything. Like you was like, oh man, I don't like seeing myself that angry. But bro, you was right about everything you said in that video. I felt you. I felt everything you was saying in that shit. I was the exact same way. Like, nah, you ain't angry for no reason. You supposed to be like this. It's the fucking world we living in.
Indeed.
Like, I was just as mad as you.
Yeah. Well, hang in there, friend, man. I know exactly how you feel, so hang in there.
All right.
All right, have a good night.
All right, you too.
You guys on the East Coast stay up late. If you do get more sleep, you usually feel better, too. You don't get enough sleep, it makes you even more irritable to everything that's wrong in this world. 661.
How's it going?
It's going all right. What's up?
It's been a while since I called in. I don't know if you remember me, but my name is Travis. I called in. First started calling in when I was about 16. I'm 18 now, and I've been following your work for about 2 years. And yeah, let me just show you this decode that I brought, that I kind of been working on. So I think that the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl this year. So let me show you why I think that. So first of all, WrestleMania is going to be in what? Fort Worth,
it's in
Texas.
Dallas. It's 49 days after the Super Bowl. Dallas 49, NFL 49, Super Bowl 49, and historically, it's a very good sign to have WrestleMania in your city right after the Super Bowl. We know about all this. We've been talking about it since before the year even began, man.
Well, then I guess I don't have a point for being here. I guess I'll just.
Well,
that,
I appreciate your observation. It's possible. The Cowboys were the first team in the NFC to play in the stadium that the Super Bowl is going to be in, and they got a good riddle against Brady on the opening night. If Brady loses to the Cowboys on the opening night, he'll be 10-2 at home in Week 1, and it's the 102nd season, and Cowboys is 102. Cowboys are about the only threat I see to Tom Brady this year in the NFC.
Another thing was, I just thought that Me and my friend have just been talking about it, and he said that the Cowboys will join the 666 club, and Super Bowl 56. It's a big ritual. It's going to be a 56, big number, going to be a huge ritual. Same thing with 57, but
yeah. Well, the Cowboys got a shot. They definitely got a shot. So
I also have a tweet that I saw. It says this woman said, "I would snort the vaccine if the CDC told me to."
yeah, sounds about right. So would most Americans.
I'm just gonna end the call on that because I just can't fathom this world anymore, bro.
Well, hang in there, man. Hang in there. But your observation on the Cowboys is good because WrestleMania has always been a big tell with the rigged Super Bowl. So we'll see. You see, before they moved the Super Bowl date, because the Super Bowl was originally scheduled for February 6th, but then they changed it to February 13th. When it was on February 6th, that WrestleMania was 56 days after Super Bowl 56. So we'll see.
What do you think about the Chiefs this year? Is there any risk for them? Because obviously I'm a Chiefs fan. So.
Well, this is what we do on Patreon every day, man. And plus, I just put it out for free. I mean, watch the videos I just put out in the last week. I already answered all your questions. But I appreciate you, man. Keep up the good work. You have a good night.
Have a good.
What's up, 213?
Yo, Zach. What's up? It's Brandon D.
What's up, Brandon D?
I don't really have a sports decode.
Okay.
But I did want to call in and let you know that you have inspired me to make more flyers. And I'm going to write you a letter as well. Because last time I just wrote it on a piece of paper. I want to type out something like that will be more meaningful.
I appreciate that.
I don't really have a lot of thoughts. I do want to add on, though, about the sheep. It doesn't excuse them for, just going along with orders and the rest of the stuff that we see them doing. But these people are under trauma. That's why they're this way. Like, these are basically trauma victims. And to go against the TV or, whichever politician they like, whatever, just the media in general, it's trauma. They all want to fit in. They don't want to question things because they won't fit in. We're just dealing with a bunch of people who are traumatized. That's the conclusion I've come to, at least. I'm curious if you have any thoughts.
Yeah, well, I think you're right. Trauma-based mind control.
True, it's not that they're all dumb. They're just under trauma.
Yeah. It's like everybody plays dumb. Just goes along with dumb. But, I think you're right on.
They go along with it so they can continue to fit in with society.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. But, it's pretty much a scattered call. I just want to inspire more people to link up with those in their area. If there's anyone in SoCal, hit me up on @Brandon D. I'll be posting the new flyers and sending them out to people. Shout out to Richard. Shout out to Bart. Shout out to Jay, Asif, all the good people in the chat.
Indeed. Appreciate it, Brandon.
Just keep it up, Zach. I love what you're doing, man. It's like watching channel number 1 again. The fire and just the not constant uploads. But, July, you were kind of dropping a video like every few days. Now I see you're doing at least 2 to 3 a day. So I'm really enjoying it. It inspired me to keep going.
Yeah, I figured it was time to up the workload again, so I'll keep it up.
I'm loving it, and I know everyone else is as well. But I'll let you get back to it. I don't want to be a long-winded caller. Oh, hold on. One more thing, Zach. Just kidding. But, much love to everyone. Take care. And I'm looking forward to TFR tomorrow.
All right. Appreciate it.
Keep your head up in the chat.
Indeed. All right. Have a good night, Brandon. See you.
Take care, Zach.
903.
Yeah, I figured it was time to upload again.
Hello?
Hello.
I'll keep it up.
Hey, Zach.
Yes.
Oh, I was listening through the computer, Dad on me. I just wanted to say, especially to Travis, it's really, really hard because he's so young. He's never gotten a chance to get adjusted to all the bullshit we have to grow up through. You know? But he'll do okay. I mean, he's got a head start because he's been watching you, you know, and so he knows that there's a lot of lies that are happening every day, 24/7, 365. You know, that comes from the TV and the radio and the music and the whatever. You know, he knows that. So that gives him an edge, actually. I hope he hangs in there and doesn't get too discouraged. The primary thing that I wanted people to know is, you know, there are people are a lot more empowered than what they think they are. They're a lot more powerful. There are legal remedies to all those questions that people are constantly asking about. You know, how am I going to keep my job? How am I going to get to school? How am I going to, you know, face my doctor without wearing this or taking that or getting jabbed? And it all comes down to learning your rights. And part of that is to learn what is honorable and what is not honorable. And saying, yeah, I can accept this on a condition is an honorable way to do it. And you put a condition on there that they can never meet. All you have to do is, like when your school says, well, you know, you have to take the jab in order to be in school. And you go, that's great, that's fine. I'll do that on this condition, that you take personal liability, whoever's writing this, like the principal, the CEO of the school or the university, whatever, that you take personal liability in case I'm damaged by the vax. If you're willing to do that, I'm willing to get the vax. And the personal liability that you will be legally responsible for by signing this contract with me is $1 million if I'm hurt, and $10 million you will be personally liable for if I die. And you can bet they're not going to go for it. I mean, they're not going to agree to that. They can't do that. So in all likelihood, what they're going to do is they're going to go, well, we can't do that. But see, then you can come back and go, well, look, I gave you an honorable contract. Either you're willing to let me come to school without being jabbed, without doing this, or you're willing to take personal liability. Which is it going to be? And they will probably let you in there without being jabbed. And the same way can act for masks. I mean, if somebody's telling you that you have to wear a mask in order to come to your job and at your workplace, or to enter this or enter that, you know, you just say, okay, well, what I have here in my hand is a legal notice, and the legal notice states that if you try to coerce me in order to come into this public accommodation place of business, then I request that you make sure that you find out the medical history on everyone who works for you and everyone that comes in here, to make sure that they don't have some kind of contagious disease that may affect me. See, I mean, there's all kinds of ways that people can stand up for their rights. You know, they don't have to keep buying into the stuff that, first of all, statutes and mandates, they're not laws. They're not laws. And federal law overrules every state law. So they, you know, right there, you just have to look up a particular law or look up a particular mandate. See how much teeth it's got. It's got nothing. It's got nothing. There's nothing that you can't get around in the law if you know the right remedy. Because the remedy is in the law. It's just that we don't know that law. And courts aren't going to tell you that law. Lawyers are certainly not going to tell you that law, because their business is just to get money from you. But you can stand for yourself. You can take a suit to court anytime you want. It doesn't cost that much. But you have to know what you're doing, so you have to do a little bit of learning and research. So that's all I wanted to say.
Where can you get this this legal notice?
Actually, Peggy Hall has her channel is thehealthyamerican.org. She has a lot of documents there. Alphonse, I'll put these all in the chat. Alphonse Fagiolo, he has a lot of documents on his website. has sent me to you. Tom Barnett, his channel recently got reinstated on YouTube. He doesn't even know how, but he has a really good grounding in how to hold your position and how to stand for your rights. And And he just puts it in layman terms. And these are not something where you can just print something out and have it in your hand and go to a thing and go, shove it up in their face and go, do it my way or no way, because they'll just go, well, that's no way. You have to learn it a little bit, and you have to practice it, and you have to know who you are and what your rights are. God created man. Man created government. Government created corporations, persons, and citizens. They are the low man on the totem pole. Persons and citizens are not who you are. They are who the courts contract with, who the corporations and the governments contract through. They are not a real person. They're not a real living man or woman. They are a personage. They are a persona, and that is how the government tricks you into believing that you only have certain rights and privileges. Well, benefits and privileges are something that the government gives to you or can take away from you. They are not your rights. Your natural rights go far beyond that. The government is your servant, but they've just gotten to the point where everybody is so bamboozled by all the 27 million statutes that are in the U.S. law books that they don't know who they are anymore. They don't know what their rights are anymore. And this is probably the biggest benefit of what's going on right now, is that people will learn who and what they are and how powerful they are. This is a nasty business, but it's also a really great opportunity. People need to grow up. They have to stop depending on the government to be their big daddy.
Indeed.
We've been brainwashed for generations. We have to get out of it.
Indeed.
So, Alphonse Stagiolo, Rule of Law Radio on Thursday and Friday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time in Texas. Randy Kelton and Brett Fountain have a great call-in show. There's not a lot of room for people to call in there, and sometimes they go kind of slow, but you can learn a lot just by listening of how to present your case in court. Mainly what I like is how to kick ass on judges, courts, and lawyers and police, because you can kick ass on them. You just need to learn how. It's not that hard. It's like every public official has indemnity insurance. And if they are not doing something according to the law, then you can take them to task, and you can take their job away from them. You can actually take their home away from them if you know how to do it right. But primarily what you want to do is get the enforcers off the street, because they are the danger. They are the ones who enforce corruption. And it's not to say that all of them know that they're enforcing corruption. They're just following orders. They're just doing what they've been taught. But it doesn't mean that what they've been doing or what they've been taught is correct. And that's the lesson they need to learn. Because without the enforcers, the courts all of a sudden have to straighten up and do right. And it's like the courts are the enforcers for the lawmakers. And the lawmakers are all corrupt. But the only way but you can take them down through the courts. You can take down anybody through the courts if you know how to do it. And Randy Kelton did it to Governor Abbott here in Texas. That's why everything in Texas, all of a sudden the mandates got dropped. Bam. Because he put in a 150-page criminal complaint to the grand jury in Texas and said, this guy is committing treason. He's committing sedition. He's doing this. He has no authority to do it. And it's like Abbott just backed down. And when he did, 20 other governors did too. It's like they're making this point in New York to see who grab hold and jerk that guy off the bench. It's like, and people can do it. If they learn how, they can do it. Anyone can do it. It doesn't, Randy Kelton is not a lawyer, but he's been doing this for 30 years. So he knows what he's doing. So that's a really good place to go. I've taken up a lot of time, and I'm sorry about that, but I just, I get tired of people going, oh my God, what am I going to do?
Right.
Well, this
you
is
gotta
what you can do.
figure out your rights. Knowledge is power. Know the laws. Yeah, absolutely. So great call, great information. And
I love you, Zach. Take care.
All right. Appreciate you, friend. You have a good night.
Bye.
All right. Take care. Okay. Getting a little bit of everything tonight. I think we'll leave it there. I got to get up early, and I like to get a decent amount of sleep, so I'm not like you East Coast people. I try not to ever stay up past midnight anymore. I'm like a gremlin. But, yeah, we'll leave it there for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Congrats to all the winners. And, again, make sure you're subscribed to Gematria Effect News. That's where I'm putting the majority of the content at. And shout out to Leo, who caught the 201 in the Nationals. I do think that's right. I do think that's a 2, a 0, a 1. That would make sense in Jesuit DC. But, again, my main channel, you guys, Gematria Effect News 22, because the channel keeps getting deleted. But, yeah, this video about Myanmar, stuff you need to know, you know. But yeah, we'll leave it there for now. And again, you want to sign up for the Patreon? Easy way to get there. Just go to my website, GematriaEffect.news. The link to the Patreon's right there. Again, all the sports content, $5 a month. Patreon.com/Zachary K. Hubbard. And really, everyone should be supporting this work, man. We got to get more resources to get this to the next level. It really is about more than making money. It's about waking up enough people to the agendas and how easy they are to see and how they really do flow from, government offices to sports games, because they do this stuff like clockwork month after month. But we'll leave it there.